Good evening. It is a tradition here at UCT for one of the Deputy Vice-Chancellors to come in before the ceremony begins to give you some indication of what is going to happen during the ceremony. My name is Sandra Klopper. I'm one of the Deputy Vice-Chancellors here at UCT, and it is my duty tonight to do so as the MC for this ceremony. I'm sure you can all imagine that in light of the events recently in South Africa, it was a very difficult decision to decide exactly how to handle these ceremonies, these graduation ceremonies at this moment in time. We thought at one stage that we shouldn't actually sing Gaudiamus coming into the hall, and then decided that, on the contrary, given his lifelong belief in education and the importance of education, that Madiba would have felt that it would be an important thing to do. So we will in fact be singing Gaudiamus as we come into the hall. However, it's important also to point out that we have decided to dedicate this ceremony and all the graduation ceremonies last week and this week to the memory of Madiba. We regard it as an important time not only of mourning, but as has been said repeatedly during the past 10 days, also a period of celebration. So we want you on this occasion also to celebrate his life with us. And not only the ceremony itself is dedicated to him, but the national anthem, the singing of the national anthem as well. We have an additional item on our agenda for these ceremonies, and that is the singing of the lament Vugani no Bani Lele. I'd like to tell you a little bit about that lament. It is sung by women when an elder person passes away in the house. It is a call to the ancestors to come and collect and guide the person, even though the ancestors will already be there. Once the breath goes, you are amongst the ancestors, so they come and guide the deceased person and give courage. So that will form part of the ceremony today. The dedication that will be read by a member of the SRC will also be dedicated to the memory of former President Mandela. I think it is fitting, in view of the context in which the ceremony is taking place, just to point out some of the important things that have been said this week by various people. There have been sound bites, wonderful sound bites by different people and wonderful speeches. And I want to mention just a couple of those. It struck me very forcibly yesterday while we were watching the funeral that there was a clip with former President Bill Clinton, who said, when he could have had the politics of resentment, he chose the politics of inclusion. And probably one of the most moving speeches, of course, that were made, one of the most moving speeches that was made during the last 10 days was by President Barack Obama. And I'd like to quote a couple of things from that speech. He said, his struggle was your struggle. His triumph was your triumph. Your dignity and your hope found expression in his life. And your freedom, your democracy, is his cherished legacy. He went on to point out that Madiba insisted on sharing with us his doubts and his fears, his miscalculations along with his victories. I am not a saint, he said, unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps trying. The quality of humanity in this is remarkable. Obama went on to say that it was precisely because he could admit to imperfections, because he could be so full of good humor, even mischief, despite the heavy burdens he carried, that we loved him so. And then just one final comment from him. He said, Mandela showed us the power of action, of taking risks on behalf of our ideals. I want to say to all of you present here today who will be graduating that I hope for you that you will find the courage to follow this wonderful example in your life. So with that, I will be returning to the party that is coming in, and we will continue the ceremony in this dedicated form today to honor the life and the memory of former President Mandela. Thank you.
Kana 10 minutes nike sign kalo manje wayikusiphazamisa By virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I constitute this assembly a congregation of the University of Cape Town.
Vugani, vugani, vugani matuta no manilena, vugani bo, vugani, vugani, vugani matuta no manilena, vugani bo, siacela vugani, vugani matuta no manilena, vugani bo, hey 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 madoda nomanilelena vukani bo vukani 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 madoda nomanilelena vukani bo hey 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 Tina sacela vukani vukani madoda nomanilelena vukani bo sacela sacela vukani madoda nomanilelena vukani bo.
Please remain standing while we sing the national anthem in tribute to Madiba. Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to invite Jessica Brakey to read the university's dedication.
At this time of national reflection, following the death of the father of our nation, Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, and celebration of his life, we, the members of the University of Cape Town, reaffirm our mission to nurture rational and creative thought and free inquiry, to strive for excellence in teaching and research, to educate for life, and to address the challenges of our society. We undertake to advance these ideals in a spirit of freedom and responsibility, and through consultation and debate. We celebrate our founders, benefactors, and predecessors, those who have built the fabric and nourished the values of UCT, and we dedicate this celebration to continuing the work of our former president. To those of you who will graduate today, we wish courage, wisdom, and purpose. To those who will leave the university to learn and work elsewhere, may you be sustained by those values which unite us here today and advance them in the world beyond. A love of truth and of learning, and of this, our university. Long live the legacy of Nelson Mandela. Long live.
Please be seated. A very big thank you to Zinzi Nogavu for that very, very moving rendition of Vugani Nobani Lele. Thank you. Also, a very big thank you to students from UCT's South African College of Music and Eric Dippenaar, who accompanied them, for Gaudiamus in leading us in that and also in the national anthem. Thank you all very much indeed. To Amma Ambush and Mike Blake on trumpet, thank you for your inspired rendition of a medley that included Tula Sizwe and Mbube, small reference to Solomon Linda and Pata Pata by Dorothy Masuka. We heard them earlier on, and I think the audience was equally inspired. Thank you so much. I took the opportunity in the earlier ceremony, although there was this very small reference to Solomon Linda, just to say something about him because he was such an extraordinary musician. The composer of Mbube, he worked for a while at Gallo Records, where he worked as a packer. He had originally come from the Msinga area in KwaZulu-Natal as a migrant laborer in the 1930s. And in 1939, he improvised with his choir, the Evening Songbirds, the Mbube that became famous through the Weavers and subsequently through the Lion King and Disney presentations. He sold the rights to Mbube for 10 shillings to Gallo Records, but thankfully in 2006, his heirs managed to reclaim some of the royalties that have come through the enormous fame of that music that was first recorded in 1939. I'd like now to take the opportunity to welcome you all here this evening, to welcome those of you who've come from near and far to support the people who will be graduating here this evening, and to welcome those of you who are graduating. I will keep my welcome very short this evening because we have an extremely long ceremony. I do want to point out, most importantly, that as I indicated at the beginning, we are dedicating these ceremonies to the memory of Madiba. And to that extent, they are solemn, but they're also celebratory, as we have seen already. And I hope that in expressing your appreciation and pride today, that you will find whatever means you want to give your sense of the occasion and the celebration of this occasion. Acting Vice-Chancellor, election to a fellowship is a singular honor recognizing original and significant contribution to knowledge. I have the honor to present to you for a fellowship of the university, Edward Sturrock, Professor in Clinical Laboratory Sciences. Acting Vice-Chancellor, Edward Sturrock is an accomplished scientist and academic who works in two areas, protein structure and function and drug design and development. His PhD reported work on the synthesis and metabolism of bilirubin. His postdoctoral work was on the structure and function of angiotensin-converting enzyme ACE, a metal-containing protease that plays a pivotal role in human blood pressure regulation. Proteases are those enzymes responsible for the cleavage of peptide bonds in proteins, and in some cases critical for the regulation of certain fundamental biological and physiological processes. His focus on ACE has remained and has been the vehicle by which he has developed into one of the top protein and structural biochemists in South Africa and is internationally recognized in his field. His contributions have paved the way for the solution of the world's first crystal structure of ACE. This has allowed him to establish for the first time precisely how certain anti-hypertensive drugs may interact and inhibit ACE. Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to invite you to award the fellowship of the university to Edward Sturrock. Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you for a fellowship of the university, Carolyn Williamson, Professor in Medical Virology. Acting Vice-Chancellor Carolyn Williamson is at the forefront of human immunodeficiency virus HIV research in South Africa. Her PhD reported work on viruses as potential biological control agents of agricultural pests. After a brief period in Canada, she returned to a lectureship and discovered 3 new insect viruses. Her work on HIV started in 1992. She was central to the initial elucidation of HIV-1 diversity in South Africa, and her group was central to the discovery that there was a dual men who have sex with men subtype B and a heterosexual subtype C HIV epidemic. More recently, her laboratory has performed seminal studies on understanding HIV transmission and pathogenesis. For example, they have shown that in subtype A heterosexually infected populations, approximately 80% of infections are the result of only one virus. The Williamson group is also the first to demonstrate that individuals infected with viruses that carry mutations have impaired the capacity of the virus to replicate, thereby providing a survival advantage to those infected with the virus. Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to invite you to award a fellowship of the university to Carolyn Williamson. Acting Vice-Chancellor, the Social Responsiveness Award recognizes active development roles in our cultural, economic, political, scientific, and social environment by a member of the university or a group. I have the honor to present to you for the 2013 Social Responsiveness Award the Claude Leon Foundation Professor of Constitutional Governance, Pierre de Vos. Acting Vice-Chancellor, Pierre de Vos uses his expertise as a constitutional law scholar and his commitment to social justice in 3 ways. First, he is forever in the media. newsprint, blogs, radio, and more. He provides analysis, insight, and explanation on narrowly focused constitutional law questions and on broader socio-political questions. In doing this, he informs debate and enhances democratic deliberation. Secondly, his widely read and influential blog, Constitutionally Speaking, provides nuanced but easy-to-understand explanations of constitutional court and other court judgments and current constitutional law questions. Third, he uses his skill as a constitutional lawyer to work with and help non-governmental organizations working in the human rights and constitutional law fields and with their projects. Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present for a Social Responsiveness Award for 2013, Pierre de Vos.
Acting Vice-Chancellor, the President of Convocation Medal honors a past student who has made a distinguished contribution to the common good. I have the honor to invite you to present the award of the President of Convocation Medal for 2013 to Benjamin Philip Rabinowitz. Aristotle said, "It is not always the same thing to be a good man and a good citizen." Benny Rabinowitz, as he is widely known, was born in Belleville and is a true citizen of Cape Town. Schooled at Sachs and UCT and a Rhodes Scholar, he built an eminently successful career and has made a significant contribution to the building of the private sector for over 50 years. It is as a citizen of Cape Town and of South Africa, that he has made the distinguished contribution to the common good that makes him a worthy recipient of the medal to be presented today. He has demonstrated a long-term commitment to preserving and extending communal public places, and he has given time, energy, and resources to defending them and to defending access to other human rights in the following ways. He has steadfastly resisted property development which would damage our environment socially, physically, and aesthetically, so as to preserve valued public spaces which are open to all of Cape Town's people. This is demonstrated in particular by his determination to prevent first the land at Oudekraal and later the site of the Sea Point Pavilion from falling into the hands of developers. Costly legal tussles over many years were largely funded by him, who gave not only his money. The instructing attorney for Sandparks in the Oudekraal matter said, "Ben championed this cause intellectually, financially, and forensically, and preserved the sacred terrain of the Muslim graves and kramats. It saved the face of the mountainside of Oudekraal. In Sea Point 2, he quietly and without publicity for himself directed as well as underwrote the campaign to ensure that the contested areas should be secured as public space. He has consistently supported cultural activities in the city, including the Cape Town Philharmonic Orchestra and the Cape Town Concert Series, ensuring once again that all Cape Town's community could benefit. He has supported the protection of human rights in numerous ways. He was one of the few business people to support the campaign for the end of the death penalty back in the 1980s. When the Rand Daily Mail was closed down in April 1985, he supported the journalists who came together to create the Weekly Mail, which he believes is one of the best things he ever did. He has over many years supported education for disadvantaged students, for individuals, for the LEAP Math School and Science School groups, and he sponsors the Rabinovitz Annual Law Lecture. And as part of the Law 150 celebrations, he and his late wife Shirley Rabinovitz established a visitorship in UCT Law's faculty. No doubt there are other noteworthy contributions he has made to our common lives. He does not trumpet his assistance to the many causes of democracy and freedom which he supports so strongly. He is a true role model for members of UCT's Convocation, an entrepreneur who has used his position and resources to make a better life for others. I have searched for words which will adequately define him: philanthropist, altruist, democrat, public spirit, but the best remain: a good man and a good citizen. Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to invite you to award the President of Convocation Medal for 2013 to Benny Rabinovitz.
Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present for the award of the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, Derek Miles Yellen. According to the ancient Egyptians, the heart was the most important organ in the body. They believed that the heart, rather than the brain, was the source of human wisdom, as well as emotions, memory, the soul, and the personality itself. In fact, they believed that the only real function of the brain was to pass mucus to the nose, so they removed the brain during mummification. Derek Yellen has devoted his life to the study of the heart. He was born in South Africa, has a background in pharmacology, and is now Professor of Molecular and Cellular Cardiology at University College London. The early academic indicators were not good. As a schoolboy, he held the record for the highest number of canings in his penultimate year. He came about 12th in his class. He was told by more than one professor that he would never make it, and the last time he was in this hall, he was writing an exam that he was sure he would fail. However, today, he is an innovator, a pioneer, and a highly respected cardiovascular scientist. He describes himself as a kind of a heart detective. His detection work has focused on solving the puzzle of what happens in a heart when the blood and oxygen supply to the heart is abruptly reduced in a heart attack. What distinguishes his work is how it translates from very fundamental scientific laboratory studies, like explaining the mechanisms of protein kinase C signaling, to clinical studies that have benefits for patients undergoing coronary bypasses. In other words, really from the bench to the bedside. He's generous, passionate, and unassuming. He's driven by his vision and his belief in being able to make things happen. He's irritated by the glass half full, or what he calls the intake of breath syndrome. I don't know about that. When he first set up the academic department of cardiology at UCL, it was in a filthy basement beneath the hospital that nobody else wanted. But he saw the potential, and now the Hatter Institute at University College London is an internationally respected centre of academic medicine and science. He is known for his simple ideas that are just brilliant. The "why didn't I think of that" ideas. For example, he had the idea to hold a small conference called Cardiology at the Limits and invite only a few of the very best people in cardiology to talk about the limits of their knowledge. Very soon, it became the meeting to be invited to. The Lancet became a partner, and now there are even some spin-offs: oncology at the limits, nephrology at the limits. Jelan was also instrumental in establishing the Hatter Cardiovascular Institute at UCT, which hosted the first 15 of the Cardiology at the Limits series. It is very important to Derek Jelan that his research is not just for its own sake. It is important to him that the cell biology is translated back to clinical cardiology, back to the heart, always returning to the person or the patient. In the ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead, the heart of the deceased is shown being weighed against the feather of Mart, a symbol of truth and justice. The crocodile god Ammit consumes the hearts of those found wanting, whilst the wolf god Anubis adjusts the balance of the scales slightly in favor of the deceased. So, instead of being devoured, the heart is returned, and the person is allowed to continue their voyage towards immortality. Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to invite you to admit to the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, Derek Miles Jelan.
Derek Miles Jelan will address us this evening. As you've heard, he is the Professor of Molecular and Cellular Cardiology at UCL. He is also the founder of the Hatter Cardiovascular Institute at UCL in the late 1990s, and the founder of the Hatter Institute here at UCT, which is two divisions, heart protection and cardiovascular genesis. I invite Derek Miles Jelan to give his address.
Somebody said intake of breath syndrome. I have dry mouth syndrome at the moment. Vice Chancellor, Deputy Vice Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, it's truly a great honor for me to receive this honorary doctorate from the University of Cape Town, and I want to thank all those who have supported me in my career to date, not at least this man on my right, Professor Lionel Opie, who is sitting right next to me here. Thank you. And he has been one of my cardiology heroes, and to whom I have the privilege of working with for many years. Now, talking of privilege, first of all, let me say that I was asked to give a 10-minute oration, and I can promise you I'll be another 60 seconds, and you can all be relieved of more talking here. But I just want to say, talking of the privilege, I had the opportunity of being in this wonderful Jamison Hall on two previous occasions. One of these will always be the highlight for me, and that was on the occasion of the inauguration of Dr. Mampele Rampele as Vice-Chancellor of University of Cape Town. I was fortunate to represent my university, that's University College London, where I had the honor to be on this stage with, in my opinion, two of the greatest South Africans of all time, and that being Archbishop Desmond Tutu and President Nelson Mandela. And with respect to President Nelson Mandela, my condolences go to all South Africans at this passing of this truly greatest of man. To try and bring a lighter touch to this graduate ceremony, I did say that I had been here on 2 occasions, and you probably got a gist of one of them from the orator. However, that particular occasion was not illustrious, as the one I've just mentioned, the one here now as well, and is remembered with both embarrassment and guilt. This was in 1968, where as a first-year student, I think I sat somewhere on that, my left there at the end, right at the back, because my name began with a Y. And I was attempting to pass a zoology exam, but failed miserably, having achieved, and I will admit this because this is a fact, having achieved only 19%. Where apparently 20% was the actual figure below which you were asked to leave the university. However, thanks to the kindness of Professor John Day, who I believe there's a lecture theatre named after him, I was allowed to stay on. He thought 1%'s neither here nor there. And fortunately, all went well from then onwards, and my passion for learning grew and grew. However, to add insult to injury, when I qualified, I expressed the views to my then head of department that I wanted to go overseas to continue my studies, and was met with utter astonishment. And the very words that were said to me were, "Why on earth do you want to go overseas when we have everything you want here?" And this was followed by, and I quote, "You know you will never make it over there," unquote. So the reason I'm telling you this is not for the people on the stage here, but it's for the graduates in the audience and in this room and elsewhere, that I promise you, if I could make it to the great heights of academia, then it is possible for anyone to do the same. All you need is determination. All you need is determination, passion, enthusiasm, and a willingness never to give up. And then, as they say, the world is your oyster. So on that note, I'd like to again thank the university for bestowing this honorary doctorate on me, and I hope that I can continue to live up to the ideals of the university and all it stands for. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think that must be one of the shortest addresses we've ever had, but also one of the most inspiring. Your modesty is absolutely extraordinary. And I have to say that admitting to your 19% means that there's hope, as you say, for anybody. That you have become a visionary heart detective going on from your 19% is really remarkable and inspirational. That you have also given back to South Africa in the way that you are doing now is absolutely remarkable. Thank you for that, and thank you also for speaking to us about the importance of determination and passion in taking us into the world. Thank you.
By virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I admit to the degrees specified and grant the diplomas specified to the candidates recorded as in absentia. I shall now grant the diplomas and admit to the degrees specified the candidates to be presented to me.
I hereby invite the health sciences graduates and members of the health sciences profession to join me in saying the Health Sciences Declaration, which you can find on page 7 of your program. I solemnly pledge to serve humanity. My most important considerations will be the health of patients and the health of their communities. I will not permit considerations of age, gender, race, religion, ethnic origin, sexual orientation, disease, disability, or any other factor to adversely affect the care I give to patients. I will uphold human rights and civil liberties to advance health, even under threat. I will engage patients and colleagues as partners in healthcare. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity. I will respect the confidentiality of patients, present or past, living or deceased. I will value research and will be guided in its conduct by the highest ethical standards. I commit myself to lifelong learning. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you, for the postgraduate diploma in Induction care, Farana Sayed. For the postgraduate diploma in Community Eye Health, Joshua Alfred Zebediah Nayarenda. Alpheus Pendapala Shipanga. For the postgraduate diploma in disability studies, Cleone Melnichenko. Masibulele Desiree Sishuba Zulu. For the postgraduate diploma in family medicine, Neslie Beckett. Cara Robertson. For the postgraduate diploma in healthcare technology management, Malcolm Elridge April. Zitulele Simon Schleko. With distinction, Caesar Ivan Lanzella. With distinction, Marianne Malherbe. Jabulani Malambo. Pule Matthews Mokhorosi. Gift Mapefo. For the postgraduate diploma in health management, Becky Zethi Masango. Ntubeku Magnet Mapanza. Linda Louise Ulofse. For the postgraduate diploma in health professional education, Roxana Kader. Hanske Fleringa. Andreas Tabu Tladi. For the postgraduate diploma in nursing in advanced midwifery and neonatal care, Cecilia Berenice Haywan. Nadine Sharon Juth. Alida Magrita Mellem. Daphne Notwantu Sipondo. Marilyn Snell. In child nursing, Matlodi Khosa Basui. Bertha Mawandida Chaputula. Cindy Joy Titus. Blessings Chimwe Chiluzi. Cecile Princess Dlamini. Daphne Salome Fredericks. Cindy Celeste Goliath. Beatrice Manunka Hundo. Ida Apatsa Kombe. Felistas Mefatso Mateso. Patizwa Augusta Maya. Louise Virginia Nelson. Kortelwa Netlachla. With distinction, Anne-Marie Helene Seifers. In critical care nursing child, Adila Abdullah. Madeleine Alexander. Motlachodi Naomi Bocelli. Laurel Gaynor Davids. Narima Fredericks. Tidimalu Tata Lecholo. Bongisa Theodora Ndamase. Letitia Tembela Netkamka. Nangamsu Nkomonye. Mankwe Senosi. Vanessa Audrey Regina van den Berg. In diabetes mellitus nursing and education, Antoinette Brown. Lefuno Obey Chikombetse. Sophia Joy Williams. In nephrology nursing, Patricia Dorothy Adams. With distinction, Anna Sarwa Apia. With distinction, Carol Ann Estelle February. With distinction, Kolofelu Peter Kola. Goodness Dudu Majola. Charmaine Christabel Mentuer. Pumzili Makize. Naomi Mabu Molapisi. Puseletswe Promise Nedlovu. Leah Lavinia Nakwana. Joyce Oma Papu. In ophthalmic nursing, Madeleine Cynthia February. Johannes Lamb. Sana Makok. For the postgraduate diploma in palliative medicine, Ellen Gundwani. With distinction, Rosemary Janet Joster. For the postgraduate diploma in pesticide risk management, Samantha Anastasia Asia. With distinction, Paul Allen Hardman. Daniel Mkatazi Kumalo. With distinction, Udochukwu Susan Olagbo. For the postgraduate diploma in psychotherapy, Susan Margaret Drummond.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you, for the postgraduate diploma in law, in employment law, Lindsay Jasmine Arnott. In labour law, Andre John Albert Muller. In shipping law, Viwe Samuel Norche. In tax law, Dean John Ben. Russell Peter Grebe. Kamira Naidu. Serena Paramore. Megan Beulah Scott. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Safura Abdul Karim. Mame Frima Omateng. Oheni Yo Amapofo Anti. Brittany Elizabeth Anderson. Kelly Wendy Armstrong. Karina Lee Oret. Noma Pondo Nicolene Banzi. Daniel Barge. Sean Robert Barnes. James William Stewart Beale. Romy Berman. Roxanne Blumenthal. Courtney Buerta. Chloe Frances Bruckman. Sarah Elizabeth Brown. Vincent Socrates Brainders. Kelly Caracola. Graham Patrick Charters. Cecil Temba Chalky. Farai Irene Chikwana. Cum laude, Peter Hugh Martin Cohn. Douglas James Coltart. Quinn Quinton Thomas Combrink. Samantha Lee Copeman. Magna cum laude, Jasmine Victoria Coyle. Kaylin Hannah Crawford Kempster. Michael Brian Crystal. Catherine Louise Weatherly Davies. Liat Ariella Davis. Nicholas da Costa Diaz. Duduzila Daisy Fukuda. Megan Elizabeth Jennifer Farish. Wajda Fatah. Clarissa Ferreira. Jessica Ann Finley. Shanaz Gabriella Ghani. Kumaran Govender. Apendila Gavuza. Tamsin Kerry Groom. Benjamin Arthur Harris. Daniel Allen Hart. Glenn Peter Hartman. Shabanu Hyatt. Blessing Tatenda Hazangwi. Thomas Dirk Henstra. Matthew John Hewitson. Reese Hodkinson. Kevin Godfrey Hereford Hu. Sally Hurt. Ferdine Isaacs. Lisa Bryony James. Julia Kaplan. Melanie Ann Kelly. Rashditswa Carmel. Nika Klitzner. Catherine Denise Crayer. Seema Lalu. Gavin Michael Langenhoven. Nicole Lisa Lawrence. Megan Lewis. Stephen Allen Mulvihal Lovesay. Melissa Vanessa Lumina. Magna cum laude, Daniela Roberta Lupini. Richard James McCallum. Georgina Claire Mackenzie. Laura Nikki Matra. Sheena Tara McCunn. Lemise Mayett. Nicholas Andrew Michaelides. Zanzele Esther Malambo. Lindalwa Tessa Mnisi. Blaine Jeremy Mullman. Prashantini Moonsamy. Stacey Lynn Morland. Ngolile Msabala. Sipu Mudwa. Tatenda Mudimu. Sangazome Alexander Makumba. Ernst Christian Christoph Muller. Tendai Faith Munyati. Kudzana Sipiwe Mutenda Zamira. Michelle Samantha Noj. Talia Naidu. Tukunjeni Nanhapo. Remy Ngamji. Troyani Kidwell Ngonzo. Cheryl Eching Okuta. Nina Lucia Olivier. Cum laude, Duncan Louis O'Regan. Peter Utson. Storm Lee Peters. Joshena Pillay. Leandra Charlene Pollard. Claire Francis Reilly. Jennifer Lee Robertson. Nicholas James Rossley. Shannon Rusik. Janet Sandberg. Nathan Sarkis. Tatum Simpson. Alexander Spur. Shannon Kirsten Stoll. Stephen Poynton Stewart Steer. Andrew Montague Sergi. Alex Tarr. Kathleen Lara Taylor. Faislin Terblanche. Cum laude, Alexander William Thompson. Mpumelelo Shabalala. Tegan van Bassen Jongbloed. Robert van Buren. Cum laude, Sean van der Wielen. Alison Gale Walker. Zia Alexandria Wasserman. Emily Wilkes. Jason Victor Conrad Wise. Yafan Wong.
Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you, for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Medicine, Honours in Applied Anatomy, Marlie Greef. In Bioinformatics, David George Hatting-Horscroft. In Biological Anthropology, First Class Stevie Crystal Biffen. First Class Pietra Michelle Schwab. In Cell Biology, Emma DeBell. First Class Claudia Catherine Lewis. In Exercise Science Biokinetics, First Class Robert William Evans. Megan Nanda Krobler. Samantha Amy Jones. Krista Krier. First class, Jessie Turner Pearson. Ruan Rust. In forensic genetics, Bianca Janse van Rensburg. In human genetics, Jenny Lynn Davies. First class, Blake James Klug. Kamogelu Lebeko. First class, Timothy Francis Spracklin. First class, Romy Jennifer Wood. In infectious diseases and immunology, first class, Alicia Chetty. First class, Isaline Diane Khumara. Kaya Joshua Kada. First class, Sempiwe Rulani Nangamsu Shlungwane. First class, Sherazan Deneo Ismail. First class, Zella Alexandria May Martin. First class, Chileka Anne-Marie Mapande. First class, Cosnet Larato Rametswe. First class, Stephanus Petrus Rautenbach. In medical biochemistry, first class, Marie Belle Katrina Mendoza Oklu. Hawa Haruna Bello. First class, George William Cooper. Lua Bahiyi Dibble. Soer Khayer. First class, Kim Tamara Gowitz. First class, Jared Lunn. Elaine Pinar. David James Scott. In medical physics, Courage Mauvafa. First class, Farhana Musa. First class, Kirsten Lee O'Brien. In nutrition and dietetics, Li Chi Michelle Wong. Crystal Conquete Kimoto. Noma Lungele Wongekile Kwabe. Anina Steenkamp. First class, Deborah Jane Talbot. Ashley Jane Tenyer. Shauna Luard Terhart. Shantay van Niekerk. Inge van Rooyen. Amanda Williams. In physiology, first class, Patricia Catherine Swart. Inge Marie Vermeulen. In radiobiology, Mariska Esterhuizen. Kurt Louis Roberts. For the degree of Master of Medicine in Family Medicine, Claire Ann Draper. In Medicine, Mark Wayne Sondrup. In obstetrics and gynecology, Lamek Chinula. Reginald George Chunda. Kwabena Antwi Essel. Daniela Crick. With distinction in the dissertation, Avril Moodley. Aisha Osman. In ophthalmology, with distinction in the dissertation, Mpope Ntabiseng Lebuhang Lenake. In orthopedic surgery, Muhammad Asad Mughal. In otorhinolaryngology, with distinction in the dissertation, Catherine Anna Stevenson. In pathology, forensic, Sipho Mfolozi. In plastic and reconstructive surgery, Alan David Rogers. In surgery, Mark Ian Hampton. For the degree of Master of Medicine in Occupational Medicine, with distinction in the dissertation, Hussein Hassan Mawanga. For the degree of Master of Philosophy in Addictions Mental Health with distinction in the dissertation, Heidi Sinclair. In Child and Adolescent Psychiatry with distinction in the dissertation, Terry Elizabeth Henderson. In Disability Studies, Liketseng Yvonne Ned. In Maternal and Child Health, Ronald Paza Masunda. In Medical Gastroenterology, Muhammad Nail Rajabali. In Public Mental Health, with distinction, Junita Benson Martin. In Sport and Exercise Medicine, Osayoma Anthony Omogbai Musa. In Sports Physiotherapy, with distinction in the dissertation, Tamlin Jane Benny. With distinction in the dissertation, Kim Ann Buchholz. For the degree of Master of Public Health, Dylan Dominic Barth. With distinction, Ardul Jabbar. In Epidemiology, with distinction, Monica Ndamanu Mahanu Kamkwema. With distinction in the dissertation, Annemie Stewart. In Health Economics, Liesl Bonnen Channing. For the degree of Master of Science in Audiology, J. Suresh Chuan. Mkonzeni Duduza Sibanda. For the degree of Master of Science in Medicine in Anatomical Pathology, Sharon Fenwick. Annalisa Jacka. In biomedical engineering, Richard Graham Polk. With distinction, Leandra Marie Webb. In cell biology, with distinction, Eunice Abrams. Jennifer Mary Orette. Juwei Chang. In clinical science and immunology, Elvis Bamboyi Kidzeru. In emergency medicine, Enrico Dippenaar. In exercise science, with distinction, Kasha Elizabeth Dickey. Stefano Louis Scribani. In hematology, Andrea Teuchert. In human genetics, with distinction, Jason Bosch. Heather Ray Whitehorn. In medical biochemistry, Zahida Lagardine. Cleo Julie Jean Williams. In medical virology, Kolani Kakuhle Mndende. Ruwaida Thebus. In medicine, with distinction, Samira Ali. Matsupiane Charlotte Maserumule. Lauren Nicholson. For the degree of Master of Science in Nursing, with distinction, Candice Hilda Bonaconsa. With distinction, Claire Davis. Margaret Leslie Wucherforst. Khalima Mubara. Ellen Maliapa Motseki. For the degree of Master of Science in Occupational Therapy, Claire Leslie Hubbard. With distinction in the dissertation, Mapayeledi Rachel Motimele. For the degree of Master of Science in Physiotherapy, Matthew Chiwadritso. Jermaine Matewu Dumby.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you, for the degree of Master of Laws in Commercial Law, Shamara Ali. Nicholas Joshua Buerta. Tiernis Cornelis Klaassen. Bernard David. Garata Tlatali de Botello. Ratidizo Charlene Zavumbo. Ananias Hafini Kashambondi. Stella Acero Ladonna. Madiki Lebachang Botsalana Motsumi. Adekunle Ratime Alaofi. Opayami Yutunda Omotui. Herpul Colafelo Mafona Sateche. Bronwyn Lee Simpson. Lauren Waite. In constitutional and administrative law, Christine Noella Lubano. In environmental law, Tankiso John Mahobo. In human rights law, Julie Innes Ada Chuku. Timothy Cullen Jeffries. Cabo Cabo Sikwebele. In international law, Yvonne Chuti-Kabwe. Caroline Ekinya Owan. Annette Wangai. In international trade law, Moyo Mbuya and Datenda Ngubula. In labor law, with distinction, Vangai Wendy Masocha. Priska Chipu Mudimba. In shipping law, Mark Peter Kamelish. In tax law, Daniel Stradham Hurst. Anthea Louise Stevens. For the degree of Master of Philosophy in Criminal Justice, Joanne Mabel Africa. Milani van der Merwe. In environmental law, Nicholas James Fordyce. In human rights law, Ruth Hannah Brown. In labor law, Mariette Crevet. In shipping law, Alan Charles Britz. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Public Law, for a thesis which examines the rights of fair trial and access to justice in South Africa, and how women in rural areas have difficulty in achieving them, either in the formal courts or those of traditional rulers. Yetunde Adeneke Ayadin. In public law, for a thesis which examines the application of international law by domestic courts and suggests ways in which a largely Western system of rules can be made more relevant and persuasive in non-Western context, Lizani Lewis. In public law, for a thesis which investigates and critiques the legal status of private military and security contractors providing services during armed conflict, and proposes guidelines for the admission of certain such contractors to combatant status under international humanitarian law, Win Kenneth Mutuma.
Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you, for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Cell Biology, for a thesis which focuses on a potential anti-cancer treatment using a compound derived from the St. John's wort plant in the fight against melanoma skin cancer, Britta Kleeman. In cell biology, for a thesis which shows that the upregulation of the developmentally important transcription factor TBX2 is critical for melanoma progression, and that silencing it in TBX2-driven cancers inhibits the oncogenic phenotype and sensitizes them to the chemotherapeutic agent cisplatin, Sabina Maria Wansleben. In chemical pathology, for a thesis which describes the purification and full characterization of the enzyme OVO-A and proposes a novel mechanism of action which will assist in the process of developing enzyme inhibitors as potential new drugs for trypanosomal diseases, Gabriel Chwala Mahotlodua Mashabela. In clinical science and immunology, for a thesis which focuses on immunological factors contributing to protection, or susceptibility to the host during schistosomiasis, a disease also known as bilharzia. Hlumani Humphrey Ndlovu. In clinical science and immunology, for a thesis which characterizes and demonstrates neurons as new target cells of Mycobacterium tuberculosis, Philippa Jane Randall. In clinical science and immunology, for a thesis which focuses on how the immune system responds to an infectious disease, leishmaniasis, and provides possible targets for manipulation as a foundation for potentially novel therapeutic targets in the disease in humans, Liesl Catherine Smith. In clinical science and immunology, for a thesis which focuses on a role for muscarinic receptor in immunity to infectious pathogens, Alikan Vera. In emergency medicine, for a thesis which focuses on designing a pre-hospital emergency care system model that can be implemented and used in a developing country, Jared Sun. In exercise science, for a thesis which introduces a new exercise protocol which disproves a core theory on oxygen delivery taught in the exercise sciences since 1924, Fernando Gabe Beltrami. In exercise science, for a thesis which describes how fatigue and skeletal muscle recruitment are regulated during high-intensity exercise, Christian Freud. In exercise science, for a thesis which explains the relevance of autonomic and metabolic type measurements during recovery after exercise, Teresa Naomi Carol Mann. In human genetics, for a thesis which uses whole mitochondrial DNA and polymerase gamma sequencing to characterize Malawian populations with respect to variation in the development of staviodine-induced toxicities, thereby moving us a step forward in terms of antiretroviral drug personalization, Elizabeth Lusungu Kampira. In medical biochemistry, for a thesis which focuses on the molecular mechanisms of Mycobacterium tuberculosis-associated immune reconstitution inflammatory syndrome, Liam Templeton Bell. In medical biochemistry, for a thesis which focuses on the selectivity of anti-cancer drugs that inhibit human protein kinase enzymes, Nasheed Patan. In medical microbiology, for a thesis which describes the development of a highly sensitive real-time PCR assay for detection of Mycobacterium tuberculosis together with an optimized sputum processing protocol, Veronica Allen. In medical virology, for a thesis which focuses on understanding the genotypic and phenotypic properties of transmitted HIV-1 variants from the Mbeya region of Tanzania in order to gain insights into HIV pathogenesis and to aid in vaccine development, Andile Nofumela. In medicine, for a thesis which provides deeper insight into the immunopathogenesis of tuberculosis and the impact of disease, site, and HIV on expression during active disease, Armin Deffer. In medicine, for a thesis which examines the relationships between inflammation, cognitive function, nerve cell loss, and the apolipoprotein E gene in older South African adults with Alzheimer's disease, Lorian Kerry Grace. In medicine, for a thesis which discovers and tests the efficacy of artificial nucleic acid molecules similar to antibodies in function, called aptamers, against HIV subtype C, with a view to developing them as novel entry inhibitor drugs to prevent HIV infection, Grace Motipane, London. In medicine, for a thesis which aims to show the usefulness of two biomarkers, NT-proBNP and soluble ST2, in differentiating the various categories of hypertensive heart disease, which will eventually help in prognostication and the choice of appropriate drug treatment, DK Bevis Oji. In medicine, for a thesis which describes extensive clinical investigations coupled with state-of-the-art computational biology and laboratory bench research into identifying and testing candidate genes underlying treatment-resistant hypertension in indigenous populations of Southern Africa, Brian Lindsay Rayner. In medicine, for a thesis which evaluates the effectiveness of large-scale antiretroviral treatment on the prevention of tuberculosis in adults infected with HIV and on mortality in those infected with both diseases, Vanessa Timmerman. In pediatrics, for a thesis which describes the burden of newborn brain damage acquired during birth and develops methods to timelessly identify and effectively treat these infants with therapeutic hypothermia within a resource-limited setting, Alan Richard Horn. In pharmacology, for a thesis which evaluates a range of novel compounds as potential leads in the development of new antimalarial drugs, generating valuable insights, Ntokozo Shirley Dambuza. In pharmacology, for a thesis which shows the importance of better regulation of the nutritional supplement industry in order to protect against contamination and fraudulent claims, Gary Anthony Gabriels. In physiology, for a thesis which investigates the relationship between sequence variants in the TNF-alpha and IL-6 genes and dietary fat intake on obesity and serum lipids in black and white South African women, Yale Tracy Joffe. In public health, for a thesis which characterizes occupational risk factors for Baker's allergy and asthma, and goes on to demonstrate the positive impact of targeted interventions in reducing flour dust allergens in bakeries, thereby contributing towards preventative strategies for protecting bakers' lung health, Rosalind Baikis. In public health, for a thesis which provides a platform for improved understanding of how HIV prevention efforts can promote healthier and more gender-equitable sexual and reproductive health and rights attitudes and behavior among men, in a high HIV prevalence country such as South Africa. Erin Andrea Stern. In surgery, for a thesis which focuses on the pathological findings in extracted third molar teeth in a private practice in South Africa covering a 20-year period with significant implications for the treatment of patients, Brian Mark Berezovsky.
Thank you very much to our two deans for having led us through a really incredible evening. Thank you very much. So we come to the close of what I hope has been for all of you an important evening. Every graduation is special. It is special because it acknowledges our students. In these graduations, we celebrate each one of them individually. And we have seen passing in front of us today exceptional young people. But this evening, we have celebrated not just our students. We've also celebrated our staff and members of the wider university community. 2 of our staff members were inducted as fellows of UCT tonight. To be inducted as a fellow at the university is a great accomplishment and is a mark of the respect in which you are held by your peers. We also this evening acknowledged the great socially responsive work of another one of our members of staff. And we were also deeply privileged this evening to award the President of Convocation Medal and an honorary doctorate. In making these awards this evening, we've all been privileged to see the university at its best. It is the institution of the university, then, that we have been celebrating this evening. Having said that, I'm sure that our Chancellor, Mrs. Grasser Michel, who normally presides over these events, would have loved to be here with us. She would have applauded our students and all our honorees. But we understand why she's not been able to do so, and wish to say to her that she and the rest of the Mandela family have been in our thoughts every day of this week. We have felt the pain through which they have gone and wish them strength and courage in the coming weeks and months. But Mrs. Michel would not hold it against us that we celebrate the university and our students this evening. She would want us to rejoice. So graduates, I ask you to celebrate with your parents and those who have supported you over the last few years. So I invite you to stand and to acknowledge with your scroll in your hand your family and your friends across the way. And may I ask you, while you're standing too, to acknowledge these great people here on the platform. Thank you. You may sit. So let us ask you, graduates, to go out into the world and to make your presence felt. Demonstrate the value you have derived from your time here at UCT in how you lead your lives and in how you carry yourselves as professionals. Be confident in your abilities. Do good. Be a force for the improvement of all of those around you. And remember always the gift of humility. So au revoir. Stay in touch with us. We look forward to hearing about your achievements. You're now members of the Convocation, which entitles you to participate in the life of the university. Thank you. Thank you, and our very best wishes to you as you set out to take your careers forward. Let me also say a big thank you to the members of staff who've made this graduation ceremony possible this evening. Thank you very much.
We've come to the close of the formal proceedings of this ceremony. I have just a few announcements to make before we leave the hall. The first is that you're all invited to join us for a function in the Leslie building, which is in that direction. Secondly, those on the platform will leave first from the hall, followed by the graduates. We ask you, the rest of you, to remain standing until we have left the hall and then to follow us. The hall is incredibly full tonight. I urge you, please, when you get to the door, to keep moving down the steps. Otherwise, we'll have a bottleneck behind us. So with that, and the invitation for you to join us for the function in the Leslie building, I now invite the Acting Vice-Chancellor to dissolve the congregation. Please stand.
By virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I hereby dissolve this congregation of the University of Cape Town.